The MOJA Arts Festival will return for its 41st year later this month. Today, I talk one-on-one with the artistic director for the MOJA Arts Festival, Charlton Singleton, about what's happening this year for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Charlton Singleton, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you, man. It's always good to talk with you, and love watching all that you do and continue to do for everybody and keeping us all informed and in the loop, man.
Oh, I appreciate it greatly. Love this community, and people love you immensely. And
Thank you.
oh, you're welcome. And I'm bringing you back on Quintus Close Up because obviously, as we know, you're a Grammy Award-winning musician. Of course, now too, you've added to your resume, you're the artistic director for the MOJA Arts Festival.
Yes.
And of course, as you know, it's coming back for its 41st year this year with so many events. So tell me, what's new? What's now with MOJA?
Well, we're very excited because the buzz over the last couple of years has really rejuvenated the festival in a kind of way that we haven't really had the buzz and the excitement like we've had in years past. As a matter of fact, the running narrative has been over the last couple of years, people just running up to me and say, man, this is the MOJA from back in the day, or stuff like that. And so we've noticed that a lot of younger folks are getting involved. They are stepping up and they want to be involved in some way, shape, or form, whether it's on one of the committees that we have, or it's helping out at one of the events, or even applying to be, a presenter. Or something with regards to the event. And so that just rejuvenates the festival. It keeps it going. It keeps it in the eye and in the minds and people talking about it year round. So we're very proud of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
And, you talk about back in the day, of course. I wish we still had the infrastructure and resources in place to bring back the reggae block dance back
Well,
behind the custom house.
working on it, working on it. We've
Oh,
talked about stuff like that.
ah,
Yeah. But actually, to be honest with you, it back there was really nice. I mean, that's some legendary stuff that was happening back there in the day. I mean, but at the same time, out at Brittlebank, there's a lot more room, that you can stretch out and do your thing. As a matter of fact, we've got arguably the king of dancehall reggae, one of the legends, Johnny Osborne, is going to be doing the dance party this year, and of course some local favorites. So that. Along with the block party that we have in the middle of the festival this year, it's MOJA on and then the finale. I love those events because they're free. It's a big atmosphere. It's safe out there. There's a lot of vendors and other performances that are going around. And the vibe is really the big community, and just having that one big community party that kind of puts it all, in there, packages it up for MOJA for me personally. So I love those block parties, and the last couple of years we've had some doozies out there, and just a wonderful time. So definitely check those out if you don't get to any other event.
oh, absolutely. I'm sitting just blocks away from Ann Street.
Mhm.
But you talk about the community, Charlton. What is the biggest difference about the community when it comes to the MOJA Arts Festival from when it started to right now?
Well, I'd say that we have social media now. We have ways of spreading information that are just a lot different. And because information can go so fast and literally go out to the world in an instant, um, and I've been able to capitalize on some of the friends that I've managed to gain over the course of my career. Now we're starting to see and feel and get a lot of people from way off that are asking to be a part of the festival. And there's a difference of when you are pursuing the talent and you are inquiring about them versus them coming to us and saying, how can we be up in this festival? Then it goes to the lure and the mystique of the tourism of Charleston. It goes to ooh, I saw that person playing at that festival. We got to go there. If they played that festival, we've got to go there. Ooh, I've heard the crowd is something fierce at that festival. We've got to go there. So I think that with social media, with the way that our committees have set it up and really laid the foundation over these last 40 plus years, so that it's been on solid footing. I mean, think about that. Think about that. 40 plus years. How many festivals in the world, are there that can say that they have been standing on solid footing for 40 plus years? And I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to lie and say that there haven't been bumpy roads and
Right.
everything, but we're still here.
Yep.
And it's starting to grow. So I think that's one of the major things is how we're able to publicize the festival quite a bit now,
Oh,
and we're just looking forward to continue to grow.
oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
What does MOJA Arts mean to you?
Whew. Ooh, ooh, that's a lot of stuff right there. For me personally, it's full circle. Being somebody from here that grew up going to the festival to watch family members participate, to see their imprint on the beginnings of the festival. Folks like the late Robert Washington, one of my mentors, the late Mr. Jack McCrae, Mr. Osei Chandler, those people, and how they, were the conceptualizers of this, Black Arts Festival that turned into MOJA. From being a little kid to then being somebody that was a side man. Earlier this year, we lost one of the great artists, Jerry Butler. And Jerry Butler is known for, only the strong can survive, that song, and being a part of the impressions and everything. But Jerry Butler played at the MOJA Arts Festival some years ago, and I was one of the musicians that played in his band during that time. So going from a kid to then being a part of it with such an iconic person, to then back in 2009, I was in the festival under my name, Charlton Singleton. I opened up for Layla Hathaway at the Cistern in 2009, to then headlining some of the events in the last few years. And then last year to have Layla at the festival that I am trying to curate. It's just been full circle. And so that's just exciting to me, and it's a level of being homegrown, and just the love that I have for the festival and will continue to have for the festival, and will always push and promote and do everything that I can into making it a successful festival and activity for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. And now, of course, you are very iconic around the world, so we love seeing that. You talk about obviously homegrown. Of course, a lot of people in Charleston know that I actually grew up on the east side, and then of
That's right.
course, yeah, yes, sir. And in fact, coming up on Saturday, September 27th, the Moja East Side Neighborhood Celebration will be happening on Hampton Square, which will
Hmm.
feature artisans, food trucks, drumming, bands, and live music by guitarist Gary Lonely. So, tell me about this,
Greg Loney, Greg Loney.
Greg Loney.
Once again, it's a community thing. There is something that everybody can experience where, last year we had it out there. We had Oscar Rivers, one of my mentors, playing. We had some folks doing ironwork and tribute to, it's just so many things that are going around in that little area. And for those of you that don't know where that area is, it's over on the east side. It's over by the basketball courts and America Street and all of that's at Columbus. There's just there's a lot of activities that people can partake in that I think everybody will find something that they can gravitate towards, that they have already experienced and want to experience again. And there's always something new that you can say, oh, how about that? And go over there and see a great exhibit or a great artist doing, what they do. So those are the events, like I said, between that and the block parties, where it's very community oriented first. Those are the ones that are really attractive for me and the ones that I like to promote. Um, just because of the meaning of it.
Oh,
One
oh,
community.
one community, absolutely.
Hmm.
And you talk about the community. I got so excited about talking about home, which is
Hmm.
east, the east side for me.
Hmm. Hmm.
But what I wanted to ask you earlier is that when it comes to, obviously, as you mentioned, people rejuvenating the MOJA Arts Festival, who is now your audience?
Well, we still have a wide variety. Okay. Um, there are the quote unquote old school Moja Arts Festival folks that will always come because they have grown up through it. You have people on the committee, like Miss Elise Amos Goodwin, who has been a ride or die for the festival for so many years. I've been fortunate to have known Elise for a long time, and when I came aboard, she was just like, "Yes, you can have it. Go, young man, go, go." Run, because she knows me. She knows my speed. And she was like, "Whoo, yeah, go, go, go." I'm in my 80s. Well, I shouldn't have said that. I'm in my 80s. Go, you know. So there's the folks like her that understand all of what it has taken in order to keep it going. And those folks will always fight for Moja. Then there are sort of the younger generation like myself that have experienced all of that stuff in their quote unquote heyday that they have done and may have seen it dip a little bit, but those are the ones that are now. I'm calling up all of my friends and I'm like, look, remember how like you just said, remember how we used to do at the reggae block party back in the day? That's what we're going for. So I need you to come with that energy. I need you to help me promote it and come with that energy. And now those folks, the folks like my age, the young 50 somethings are now trying to encourage the young 40s and the 30 somethings to say like, this is what we used to do. This is what your parents did. This is what your grandparents set up. And this is how we need to keep this moving along and kicking it down the road some more and further. So it's very exciting to, like I said earlier, it's exciting when I get feedback, especially from folks that are my age that are saying, oh man, that's how it used to. That's the excitement of how it used to be when we go to these block parties and we see, thousand people, just in there having a good time. No nonsense going on. It's all a good atmosphere, and then seeing younger folks that are looking around with this amazement. It's like, this is what happens, or this is what could happen. So that's the excitement that we like. That's the liveness of it. That's the fire that we want to encourage the young folks to be a part of.
Oh, absolutely. And Charlton, I was just thinking about this as you was talking about that, the excitement about bringing back the rejuvenation of Moja. But I was thinking about the people in the rural areas, Arndale, McClellanville, Anniston, Hollywood, Ravenel. How do you reach those people with Moja?
Well, we do have a few activities that, like the fourth grade readout, where we try to, reach out to, some of the rural areas. Not just it's while while I will say that the city of Charleston does enjoy just making it for the city,
Right.
there are other ways of trying to reach out to, those other areas. And we do try to get with our friends in schools that we know out there that have ties to downtown or ties to Moja, that work out in those cities and places. Um, I'll say this though. One of the things that I'd like to do eventually, I guess I can premiere this, or I can give you an exclusive on Quintin's close-ups. You know, one of the things that I'd like to do, is, we talk about this Gullah Geechee corridor and how the corridor reaches from Wilmington, North Carolina, all the way down to, Florida and the St. Augustine area, and all stops in between. I'd like to see, MOJA events happening in all of those areas. We talk about it being from the Caribbean, and everything. But we all know that it's, the main source is Western African, and so I just think that at some point we should have Moja, events happening all year round. Right now, we've got the festival that runs 11 days from the last Thursday of September going into October. And then we do a few events in February for Black History Month. Um, but why not have any other things? Black Music Month. Why not have stuff happening, all year round? Maybe once a quarter we could start off or something like that. That's how we can really reach, not just these rural areas that are close proximity to us per se,
Right.
but having you know, just I think it should be bigger. We've all been talking about Moja being a lot bigger than it already is, or that it should have been growing for so long. Why are we still talking about it? Let's make it happen. Let's get the action going. And that goes back to what we were just talking about with the younger folks, and now explaining to them, this is how we need to make this thing really roll. Come on, let's go. And there are a lot of younger people that are responding to that and saying, how can I be involved?
That's really good to hear.
Hmm.
Now, do you all have the resources for this?
Working on it,
Okay.
working on it. I mean, you have to have a plan and everything, in order to do something big like that, but no, we're working on it. I have a shirt that says, move in silence.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and let your actions speak for you.
There you go.
So that's what we're doing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mhm.
I've heard, I mean, you said so many great things about this year's festival, and I'm just
Mhm.
trying to wonder, how do I go about getting tickets?
Well, you can go to mojafestival.com and see the beautiful website that's there, and it'll give you all of the links and things that you need to click on in order to purchase tickets for the ticketed events. You can follow us on social media, whether it's our Instagram page or on Facebook, and then word of mouth still works as well. So you know, just like um, just like paper money and coins still work sometimes,
Yes.
word of mouth still works, especially in our community. you know I mean, that's just old tradition. That's just the old griot tradition, about passing it along that way. But definitely go to the website mojafestival.com, and you can see who's doing what activities we're having, what concerts are going on, what spoken word. We've got visual arts, we've got theater, we've got dance, we've got all of these things. We've got amazing relationships with some of these great houses in town, like the Gilliard. With Step Africa is going to be here, and just a part of the festival. So check the website. That's always the number one thing.
Oh, that's amazing. And one last question for you, Charlton. I just thought about this too when you were just talking about it, but what is the state of African American and Caribbean arts?
Well, I think it's still very vibrant. If you think about it, um, just about everything that's popular has some connection to it. You know, um, just a few, just a year or two ago, there was the big debate um, about Beyonce and her country music album, and everything. And if you really studied your history, you'd see that there's a lot of the country music was influenced by a lot of African music. Um, I think that a lot of the Caribbean style of music, a lot of the African American style of music, which once ooh, something just fell off my
Oh,
which all is pretty much Western African. Um, if you really dig down to the bones about it, that it's all just some sort of break off from that music or that style or that genre, that artistic ability. you can definitely find the Caribbean and African American influence in just about every piece of artistic expression. So come out and see what's happening that's new.
Absolutely. Looking forward
Mhm.
to it. Well, Dr. Charlton Singleton, thank you so much for your time again.
My brother, as
Like,
always, thank you.
thank you and welcome back to
You
Quintin's
know
Close
what?
Ups.
You know
Yes,
what?
sir.
It's
Yes,
good
sir.
it's good to talk to you like this. Usually, ladies and gentlemen, all of y'all watching out there, usually I see Quentin on the street, like zooming by, or I'm going the other way or something like that, and it's like, yo,
Yeah.
yo,
Exactly.
So it's good to talk to you like this, man.
Likewise,
Yeah,
likewise.
appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. And looking forward to
Absolutely.
seeing you at the festival.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing everybody.
Yes, indeed. Thank
Mhm.
you.